Hi, we're Lynn and Owen of Van Trekking Lifestyle.
And in this episode, we're going to leave Shenandoah National Park, drive 3 hours towards the coast to Powhatan State Park.
One of the things that we wanted to do on this trip is visit the High Bridge State Park and ride our bikes.
In this episode, we'll show you how much we love that. And in our Q&A section, Lynn is going to show you how we take a shower in our Travato.
And if you stick around to the end,
we'll share our big announcement with you. You're going to be surprised. Now, on to this week's episode. We packed up this morning and heading towards Front Royal in Virginia, and then on to one of the state parks we're going to stay at. But it's taking a long time. The views with all the fog and clouds is just stunning. Just look over my shoulder over here. What a way to start the day.
leaving the Skyline Drive. It's been a beautiful ride this morning. On to our next destination. We have arrived at our destination in the rain.
Continue on Powhatan State Park Road for 1.5 miles.
Powhatan, but we're not really sure. We thought it was Powhatan, but that might be because that's the way you say it in Nashville. Hopefully they have a spot. We did not make reservations. The state park is huge so far.
You've arrived.
So, most of you know, we get some reservations, and a lot of the times we just wing it. And it seems like we're happiest when we just wing it, but there's this anticipation when you don't know for sure if there's anything available. And right now, the sign back there about 2 miles ago said, ride in, find a campsite, write your number down and do all that, put it on the tag, put the tag on your car, and go back up and pay. So that's what we're doing right now, Riverbend Campground. We're going through here and trying to figure out the best place to stay and if there are any available campsites.
All right, let's show you what it looks like. There's one right there. It's like nice gravel paths this way. Looks like it's got electric, water. It looks like we're going to be able to find
Yeah, there's
place.
plenty.
Yeah.
Okay, that took a little bit. We had to find a place we liked, and finally the park host, the camping host, saw us riding around trying to figure out where we wanted to go, and actually chased us down when we were going to reserve tomorrow online, and told us the ones that are available, and even stood out in the rain and told us the ones that were the quietest and the most level. So we picked one for 2 nights, and now we're riding back out the 3 or 4 miles back out to the ranger station to put our check in, and we'll head back and set up. Good morning. We are at the Powhatan State Park. We consider this day to be a gift. When we went to bed last night, with the storms rolling in, it was supposed to rain almost all day today. But when we woke up this morning, no rain, and the rain has passed us by and missed us. Yay! Yay! Oh crap, I may have jinxed it. When I woke up this morning, I swear it said no rain today. And then we got out here and now it's saying rain 20%, 20%, and 40% starting around 3 today. But it's already raining, so I don't know. You can't trust the weather, man. You just can't. Even as good as it's getting, it's hard to trust it. And here's what we're doing. Sitting out here, I'm looking at Google to figure out what to do. Lynn is looking at Pinterest to figure out what to do. We're drinking our coffee and not doing anything. But we are planning. And planning is a big part of having a good time when you're on a camping trip. Except, I don't know if planning on the day that you're going to do it is actually planning, is it? I don't know.
We thought it was going to rain all day, so we didn't think we would be able to do a lot outside. So.
Yeah, you're right. We thought this was a throwaway day just to stay inside and
Or
watch
stay under the
movies.
awning and
We're supposed to have good LTE here too, but yeah, they must be related to the weatherman because that's not really good either.
Well, it has been good, better than we've had the last 4 days.
Right, we've had 0, so having 1 bar of LTE kind of helps a little. You can use it to do some things, and it's amazing how we are so dependent on that. Maggie, you probably want to come out and help plan the day.
Yeah, figure out what we're going to do today. You want to go for a walk? You do? Well, come on.
It's raining, Maggie. Hey, sweetheart.
Good morning, baby.
Good morning.
What y'all doing in here?
Just bonding.
Bonding?
Yeah, resting.
Well,
She's giving me a little bit of a hug here, it looks like.
looks like she's got her arms wrapped around your legs.
She does.
Maggie. Hey, my sweet girl. Are you okay? You feeling
She hasn't
okay?
been out to use the bathroom yet today.
I know.
Got a bladder the size of a football.
You moaning and groaning over there pretty good.
Yeah, Dave, rubbing my belly, Marvel. It's a good thing. I'm getting my 15-minute massage.
Oh, so sweet.
Some leaves on the van now.
Looks like we decorated the fan for fall.
I know.
In this week's Q&A, we're going to answer a question that we get asked a lot. Is do we use our shower in our Travato 59K? And how easy is it to set up? So we're going to show you how easy it is to set up the shower. So we have a basket beside the toilet that I usually have our toiletries in, our shampoo and stuff, and our soaps, and I have our shower curtain in there. So we're going to hang the shower curtain.
Are there any tricks to this?
No, there's no tricks. You have to snap every one of them, and Owen doesn't know because Owen never does it.
Hey, I'm doing good to take a shower.
You are doing good to take a shower. We lost our little snap here, which that's on somebody's honey-do list, but don't remind him every week. He'll get around to it in the next couple of years.
Yeah, don't tell a husband. When a husband says he'll do something, he will. You don't have to remind him every 4 or 5 months.
But these little magnets really come in handy too because
Yeah, we thought they were chess pieces when we first got the Travato.
Because they actually, you can put them back here, but you got to find a little magnet place for it. Let me find one. There it is. This little snaps right here.
And
Just
then,
close the shower curtain.
we have a shower curtain, right?
Uh-huh.
If they don't do that, they would have the little metal door that comes across.
Right. So one of the things that we added another shower head, and it's got a little filter on it. But the really good thing about this is it doesn't use a lot of water, and it has this little on and off switch, so you can actually stop and start the water, or you can make it really, really light, so you don't use as much water when you're taking a shower, and that comes in handy when you're boondocking. Yeah. So I'm going to cover the toilet. I put the shower head there, and I'm ready to take a shower. So that's not hard at all.
That's what she said.
So it does seem like it takes a long time for the water to heat up, especially in the shower. Not so much in the kitchen sink. I'm not really sure why. But I just turn on the faucet just a little bit and kind of get my legs wet first and let it kind of heat up. But
just the same as at home, right? Unless you have instant on hot water.
That's true.
That's
Which that would be nice if we had instant on hot water.
And I have instant hot water whenever I take my shower, because I always take a shower last.
Second.
Well, that's second and last. Somebody's sneaking in taking a shower. I'm second and last. So you want to make sure the hot water's set to hot when you're taking a shower, or you're going to use up every bit of the hot water just to have lukewarm water. So we always do this about 30 minutes before the shower.
We gotta remember. I don't think so.
Now we're discussing whether we need to close the door in order to get naked in here, or we're out in the middle of the woods, so we think we're okay. And if someone does sneak up and look, they won't look long, so I guess we're just going to leave that door open. Well, not for you, for me. So if you've had an RV before, then that sound you're hearing when we're taking a shower may be a little strange to you. Because if you plug up to the RV park or the campground water, then that pressure from there runs through and it runs your shower. But we adopted really early on. In fact, we have never used the city water fill in our van. We just fill up the freshwater tank, and we always shower and use the water from that freshwater tank, and we keep that tank really clean. So that's why you're hearing the water pump running right now as Lynn is taking her shower. So once my shower is complete, I take the curtain and make sure it's hung up here, and I put it back behind the toilet and leave it there. Main thing is to make sure that nothing's on the door, because now Lynn is going to open up the back door and clean out the bottom.
So the next part's not a necessity, but it's something that I always like to do. I like to wipe down the bottom of it, because if you come into the shower to use the bathroom, you know you're going to probably be barefooted or with your socks on and stuff, and it's going to stay wet back here unless you wipe it off. So you can just actually get away with just wiping off the mat, the wooden mat part, but I usually take it up, and as you can see, dirt collects down there, but I wipe off both sides with just a paper towel. You could use the washcloth or whatever if you wanted to. Then I just wipe out the bottom and clean it really good. And as you know, dirt collects down here if you wear your shoes inside your RV, and a lot of times we don't take our shoes off. So we do have quite a bit of dirt down here sometimes. I do try to vacuum and sweep it out, but it's a good time to clean it. And it'll be dry. We'll put the mat back in. Owen will hang the shower curtain on the rod up here. It'll take about a couple hours for it to dry. And what? I'm not saying Bob's your uncle. Owen wants me to say Bob's your uncle. All right, I'm going to sweep the inside now.
Done?
Done. We're done with our shower.
Awesome.
It's pretty cool. Well, it rained on us most of the time we stayed here at the Powhatan State Park. But it has cleared up enough that I think we're going to be able to enjoy the High Bridge State Park Rails to Trails right along with us. So Owen's talking to the sheriff here. We're trying to find out a place to park. It is a little difficult with the trailer, and we're going to park at this canoe and kayak place. The sheriff actually went in and asked him if we could park here. It was so nice. Farmville, Virginia is a lot bigger place than we expected it to be. We might have to check out the little town after we get through riding. It's been awesome. He was really, really nice.
Okay, so we have found the entrance to the High Bridge Trail State Park, and we are going to have to cross the road and go over there. But that's cool. Couldn't have made it without the policeman that helped us.
I know. He's been awesome.
Maggie, you ready?
It looks like the High Bridge is 4.6 miles. End of the trail this way is 16 miles. We're going to at least try to make it to the High Bridge and see how we're doing. See how Maggie's doing. You ready?
Ready. Let's go, Mag.
Maybe I was blind, known you forever while I tried to find someone that could be my great love. Right in front of me, I didn't realize you were my dream. So you took me by surprise. Oh yeah, even in my wildest dreams, I didn't think we were destined to be. And now you're laying next to me.
There have been higher bridges not so long and longer bridges not so high. But taking the height and the length together, this is perhaps the largest bridge in the world.
Yeah, wanna give you every part of me. I can't believe this is reality. And now you're laying next to me. Everything feels like art, yeah. I'm just curious, when did you know you had feelings for me? Maybe somehow we've always known that we have chemistry, but always chasing after someone else. So this took me by surprise. Oh yeah, even in my wildest dreams, I didn't think we were destined to be.
We made it to Rice, Virginia on the trail. We're gonna take a little break and eat some snacks, and Lynn's gonna try to convince me to go another 9 miles. And this is one of the rails to trails parks that are all across the United States. Back 70 or 80 years ago, the railroad was a lot more prevalent than it is today. And instead of those things wasting away, a lot of areas have turned them into really cool bike trails.
Yeah, and hiking trails, and you can actually bring horses on these trails.
Yeah. Now we're going to turn around, head back to Farmville. Hop in, Mag.
She takes a little pushing.
But she's easier than she was the first 4 or 5 times.
So sweet.
You can't ride that way, Mag. You got to turn around and face Daddy. Okay?
I'm afraid I'm gonna zip her hair up.
Well, she needs to move.
Meg, back up.
I'm in a prison.
You're not in a prison. Maggie, turn in here.
Hey, baby. Hey, baby. Hey, sweetheart. I know. It's okay. It's okay. Off we go. So this trip was booked around 2 stops. The first one was supposed to be here, and the second one was supposed to be Virginia's Natural Bridge, but we changed that up because of the not being able to get bookings, and so we went to the Natural Bridge first. If you haven't watched that one, we'll put a link to that in the description. But this is our last stop on this trip here, so we've made a complete circle back around, and we'll head back down into North Carolina and back home pretty soon. But it's cool. It's good to have a few things when you're traveling that you put little pins in the map and say, these are the highlights of the trip. And it's also really, really cool when the highlights of the trip actually turn out to be a highlight of the trip.
We're back in town in Farmville, and they have all these old tobacco warehouses. And there's bunches and bunches of them, and they're all full of furniture and housewares. It is awesome. We need to come back here when we can spend more time, and we have a trailer. All right, we have a trailer.
There's a van, Maggie. What an awesome ride.
It was an awesome ride, and the town looks really awesome, and the warehouses with all the furniture. We're definitely going to have to come back here when it's...
With no bikes in the trailer and take furniture back with us.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. It looks like an awesome place.
If you get a chance to come here and ride this rails to trails ride, should do it, shouldn't you?
Yeah. So we went about, what, 20 miles today?
I guess so.
Yeah.
And that's nothing on our bikes.
Yeah, it's not.
We met lots of families with little kids. One dad that was pulling 2 children inside of a carrier like Maggie. And to be honest, with our rad e-bikes, you can't really tell Maggie's back. You know that for sure now, don't you?
Yeah.
Unless she's moving around, you can kind of feel it wobble some, but pulling her is nothing at all. And this is a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful way to end this trip to Virginia. And I guess now we'll point our van back towards North Carolina. A lot of that furniture you're looking at would fit really nicely underneath the bed in a Revel if we lifted the bed up. It would fit really nicely there. So,
I doubt we need any furniture if we had the rail, wouldn't we?
I don't know. So you stuck around to the end, so you must want to know what our big announcement is. Our announcement? We purchased a 2021 Winnebago Revel.
Owen's had the Revel bug ever since we went to Alaska and traveled around with Jim and Cynthia of Wings and Wheels of Alaska.
We've always wanted to go off into remote places, and most of you would think that we've done that a lot in our Travato. But the truth is, there have been many times we've turned around. There have been many times we've worried about getting out of where we've gone. And there have been a lot of times when we've worried about the ground clearance. So I finally talked Lynn into downsizing to a 19-foot Winnebago Revel. And I'm like a kid at Christmas.
Yeah, he's pretty excited.
I couldn't be more excited. And we're glad you guys are along with us. Nothing's going to change other than we're going to boondock a lot more, and we're going to dry camp a lot more, and we're going to take you guys along with us. So next week we're going to show you part of the purchase process. And
we had a great experience with Bob Ledford's Adventure RVs in Greer, South Carolina. They were awesome to work with.
They were. They have been the best. It wasn't without issues, but the way they handled the issues, well, you'll see next week. They're awesome. And we'll also share with you many of the reasons that we've chosen to downsize again. We started out with a big fifth wheel, we went to the Travato, and now we're downsizing again. And many of you may think that we're crazy for that, but we'll share our reasoning, and maybe after you hear that, you won't think we're as crazy as we are. Either way, we're going to enjoy this Revel.
And it's going to be an adventure.
And we're glad you're along with us. And we're sad to say that our Travato, well, it's up for sale. Well, since we have the Revel, we have to sell the Travato. And we're both really sad about that. More than we thought we would be. The excitement of getting the Revel, well, it doesn't completely negate the sadness we feel for getting rid of our perfect little Travato. It has been everything we wanted and more. In fact, it's been our favorite RV that we've ever owned, and it's been our favorite way of traveling. So, if you're interested in getting a Travato and you want to own the one that we've taken to Alaska and Key West and Acadia and all over, it's for sale. I'll put the link to the RVTrader.com listing down below in the description. Nothing would make us happier than for one of you guys to actually own this Travato and continue on with journeys with it and to share those adventures with us. We hope you'll do that. You need to act quickly though, because there's a lot of interest already. Until next week, guys, stay healthy and happy. We'll see you soon.
Got my mouth full.
That's what you said.
I know, you kill you, don't you?
I kill me, I know.